5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Yo, welcome to the channel, welcome to the Blue Lounge. I hope you guys are all doing good. Today is our deadline day transfer window special, I guess. Listen, people, before we get into this video, I want you to do me a favor. Share this link, share this channel, share the stream on your social media platforms. Copy the link, paste it, retweet it, put it on Instagram, put it on YouTube, put it wherever you can. Let's get as many people in here as possible. We smashed it yesterday. We had a fantastic stream yesterday. Over 6,000 people watched that stream last night. Let's do something similar to this today. We are going to be streaming up until the end of the transfer window and maybe a little bit after that, because sometimes some deals happen so late that it takes a little bit of time for them to be announced. They do happen within the transfer window, but it takes a few minutes, I said 10, 15, maybe even an hour to be announced afterwards. We're going to be sticking around until just after the transfer window closes. I'm going to get to the comments in a second. So do me a favor, smash that like button. There's like 20 of you on the stream right now. Smash that like button. I'm going to be putting the link in the chat, so it's going to be an open stream again tonight. Everyone's welcome to join in and partake. Also, if you hear anything, I'm following Twitter right now. I've got my Twitter page open. I'm looking and seeing what's going on. So make sure you guys are following the Twitter accounts, and also give me a heads up in the chat if you hear something and if you see something that I might have missed. All right, now I do have some information in regards to the proposal that has been talked about. The proposal of using an intermediary, a bank, to assist with the transfer of Enzo Fernandez. And it's a little bit confusing, but I'm going to break it down for you and I'm going to explain to you exactly how that is looking to happen, should it happen. Before I do that, I'm going to start by saying hello to the people in the chat, and then we'll take it from there. The first person in the chat today was Elijah. Jorginho, congratulations on your move to Arsenal. We talked about it yesterday. Big up to him. If he wants to work with Mikel Arteta and he wants to move across to North London, that's his choice. Good luck to him. He had a good career with Chelsea Football Club. He won a ton with us. So thank you for your service, Jorginho. And, it is what it is. Courtney, big up to you. Bless up. Varana, welcome. Bless up. What's Varana saying? Deadline day madness, 2 hours and 20 minutes to go. That's exactly the situation. Courtney, Enzo deal won't come through. I have strong feeling. I'm going to explain a little bit about this Enzo deal and what's happening today. So just give me a minute and I'm going to tell you what is going on in regards to the Enzo deal. I heard around... Listen. I'm not really following that hype in regards to the jet and all that kind of stuff, because listen, they can travel back and Enzo can get a plane tomorrow. The deal doesn't have to be signed with him here on in London, in Stamford Bridge. The deal can be signed there, the medical can be done there, everything can be finished. He can get the next next flight and come to London. So I'm not really too hyped up about the private jet situation. Okay, now I wanna just tell you guys this. So what has been discussed today is as follows. For Chelsea to get around financial fair play, they are thinking and they are proposing the use of a mediator, a bank, to pay the buyout or the release clause, so Chelsea can get around financial fair play. Okay, so Chelsea would pay the bank in installments, but the bank would pay Benfica the buyout or the release clause free. And And because Chelsea are actually paying the bank in installments, they're going to get around financial fair play. That's what's been discussed. And apparently a lot of people have been addressing this and giving their thoughts and opinions on this. But you guys need to understand this. If a bank, if anyone was to pay the release clause, then those taxes have to be paid. If it's Chelsea Football Club, if it's a bank, if it's your next door neighbor, whoever is going to pay the release clause, they are liable to pay the 40 million in taxes. So the fact that Chelsea are using a mediator to get around financial fair play because they're going to be paying it in installments is a little bit of a confusing scenario, right? Because if the bank is paying the tax, then obviously he's going to ask Chelsea to pay it. This is what's happening. So if Chelsea do decide to use a bank to pay the release clause and Chelsea pay in installments, they would have to pay the taxes because the bank isn't going to pay the taxes on Chelsea's behalf. So they are going to have to pay the taxes, again, in installments to the bank. So the release fee or the payment would be the 120 million euros plus the 40 million euros that is for taxes. Chelsea will have to pay that to the bank because the bank is liable to pay it. On top of that, you all know banks. They're not gonna give money without asking for interest. Therefore, Chelsea will also have to pay an interest on that money. So it's going to be even further, it's going to be even more expensive than the 160 million euros, which is the release clause plus the taxes, because interest is going to be added onto that. The only benefit that Chelsea gained from doing this is they are able to spread it out on a larger period. They are going to spread the money out, they're going to spread the payments out on a larger period, therefore they don't have that much money tied up in one place in one time. And that is how they are going to go around financial fair play. That being said, they are going to have to pay that amount of money. They are going to have to pay in excess of 160 million euros to sign Enzo Fernandez if they do end up going down this route. Okay, so this is something that is being discussed, but I'm not sure if people are quite understanding that the money that is going to be paid will include the taxes because it is the release clause. Because by Chelsea paying the bank paying Benfica the release clause, that's what's going to happen. Unless they are able to agree a deal for just under that release clause, which means that it does not have to be, what's the word here? Will not have to be done with that parameter. Okay, so if it's 120 million, that triggers the release clause. Chelsea could end up paying 119 million. Okay, which doesn't trigger the release clause, which doesn't trigger the taxes. And the bank will pay that money, and then Chelsea will pay the bank in installments. And again, interest rate applies. Okay, so that is the kind of scenario they're looking at. Todd Boehly is doing a madness when it comes to the way he's addressing this and the way that he is looking at how he is able to get this deal over the line. And Chelsea and Todd Boehly are doing everything they can. They are doing everything they can. And lads, this deal could go down to the last 10, 15 minutes. Because both sides are playing hardball. Rui Costa is playing hardball. He's asking for release clause, nothing else. And Chelsea, Todd Boehly, they say, look, we're going to give you the money. Just be a little bit flexible. Let's work this out. Let's do it in a way where we are able to make it beneficial financially for both of us. Rui Costa is not about that. Rui Costa does not have a business mind. He's got a football in mind. Todd Boehly doesn't have a football in mind. He's got a business mind. And this is where it's clashing. Okay, they are not understanding each other. Rui Costa is not understanding this from a business standpoint. He's looking at this from, Benfica, the club, the players. He isn't looking at it from a business standpoint. And that is what Todd Boehly is trying to do here. And this is where we have this conflict. It's a conflict of understanding. Hopefully, we are able to get this deal done. Hopefully. A few more comments in the chat. Patrick Batman? Biftman, whatever. Big up to you, Patrick. Welcome to the stream. We're not doing the RC. RC? Sorry, I'm a little bit tired. Just came back from work, so explain to me. I think you misspelled Enzo. Will not be coming. All right. George, you know what? It is a worrying situation. I have to admit, it is a worrying situation. I'm just going to have a quick look on Twitter, then I'm going to put the link in the chat. Just give me 2 seconds. I want to see what is going on, if there's anything. Last post by Fabrizio Romano was 16 minutes ago, and he's talking about some next dude. Olympic Lyonnais, Manchester United. Bakayoko deal collapses. That's what a surprise. All right, let's put the link in the chat. Alpha, big up to you, my man. Thank you for jumping on. Thank you for being here. Hey, look who it is. CFC Jim. CFC Jim. Long time, my brother. Yeah, man. It's been a minute. It's been a minute. I haven't done a stream in a while. Jim, I'm gonna stick the link in the chat. If you wanna hop on and give me your thoughts on this whole saga, I'd very much appreciate it. Let me just find the link. Here we go. Control and C. So guys, the link is in the chat. You are all welcome to jump on. Eric Blue, you're just on time, brother. You are just on time. Listen, the link is in the chat. If you are a panelist, you'll be brought straight on. If you are a subscriber, I will give you time to jump on and give me your thoughts and opinions as well. The link is there for everyone. I'm just going to pin it in the top of the chat. Guys, give me 2 seconds. I just got to turn off the heater because I'm boiling out here. Give me 2 seconds. I'll be right with you. Stop cam. All right, I'm back. Eric Blue, listen, link is in the chat. Eric Blue, Jam, and anybody else who wants to jump on, link is in the chat. I want to hear your thoughts and opinions on this, guys. I want to know, and I want to see what's going to happen, because this is a worrying transfer window, a worrying time. We've got just over 2 hours to go. Fabrizio Romano hasn't said nothing. Fabrizio Romano is currently streaming, though. He is currently streaming. He's sitting on his sofa with his phone in his hand, messing around, and not really saying much. It's better to get it off his Twitter. Guys, do you think it's going to happen? Let me see it in the chat. All right, I've got Gabriel. Gabriel, do me a favor. Switch on the camera for a second. Let me just see you. Mohammed, I see you. I'm going to bring you on as well. All right, Gabriel. Nice to see you, brother. All right, I'm going to put you guys on in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Gabriel, Mohammed, and Eric Blue. Big up, my boys. How you doing?
We are fine. I'm fine.
Before I get to Gabriel and Eric Blue, I'm going to say hello to Mohammed. Mohammed, where you talking to us from, brother?
I'm from Sierra Leone, West Africa.
Sierra Leone? Ah.
Yeah.
Woody guy, huh? Woody guy.
Yes, good.
Yeah, no. Welcome, Mohammed. Assalamu alaikum, my brother. Tell me how you're feeling about this Enzo deal, brother.
I'm just waiting because I'm also following Fabio Remoros, and it was live today, so I was following him to know if this deal is going to be happening. So I just saw your message on YouTube, so I said let me join you live. So
yep.
just waiting because that player is a good player. I was supporting Argentina. That boy is
Fantastic
a
player.
good one. Yes, yes. So if we
Enzo
get
Fernandez. Enzo Fernandez is a fantastic player. I mean,
yes, yes,
he is coming with a big price tag, but I think he's worth every penny. And I
yeah,
was there on Fabrizio Romano's stream just like you. He's sitting there on his couch doing this on his phone the whole time. So it's
yeah,
we'll see where he's tweeting and we'll check it out.
yeah.
Let me go to Gabriel. Gabriel, how are you? How you doing, brother?
Yeah, hi Mo. Hi guys. Eric,
Yeah.
Mohammed
Welcome.
Conte. Yeah.
Yeah. How are you?
Yeah, good, thanks. Yeah. So it's gonna be another long night. Yeah, another
Long night,
well,
couple of hours.
yeah.
Gabriel,
Yeah.
tell me your expectations. Do you think it's going to happen tonight?
Well, it's what's Alec Ferguson's famous expression? Squeaky bum time now, isn't it? It's getting a bit closer to the final whistle, and I mean, who knows, isn't it? It might already be signed and sealed, and the so-called sort of people in the know might be dragging it out. But what I don't get, if you
Yeah,
don't mind me just
yeah,
adding this
yeah. Go on.
point, adding on to what you were saying earlier about the FFP and the way around it, what I don't get is if
We'll
all of our other
we'll come
deals were
we'll
structured.
come we'll come we'll
Okay,
come
yeah,
back to
yeah,
that, Gabriel.
yeah,
Yeah,
okay,
I want to discuss that.
yeah,
I want to really give that a bit of time. So we'll come back to that. I'm going to go to Eric, and then
sure, yeah,
I also have somebody else in the background. I'm going to bring him in. Eddie Kola. Eddie Kola, I'll be bringing you on in just a moment. Let me just say hello to Eric Blue. Eric Blue, how are you, my man?
I'm a little bit tired. No, no, I'm good. I'm good. Good to see you again. I think I'm on time today.
You are perfectly on time. You are perfectly on time. Eric, do you think it's happening, mate? Just yes or no. I mean, how do you feel?
So I was watching the stream from Fabrizio not very
Yep.
long ago, and
Yep.
I think the updates that I got was the silence, which apparently is a good thing. So
Yep.
let's
Yeah.
watch the space, and I think the silence is good. I think they are maybe looking at the details of the contract. So
I'm hoping. Yeah. No. I concur. I concur. I'm gonna bring on Adi Kola. Adi Kola, welcome to the stream. How are you, my brother?
Yeah, I'm fine.
I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. And if I'm wrong, I apologize.
Yeah, you got it right.
Fantastic.
I'm
Adi
fine.
Kola, where you talking to us from? Where are you?
I'm calling from Nigeria, Ibadan.
Welcome. 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 Give me your expectations, man. How do you think this is panning out? Are you positive? Are you
Yeah,
negative? Are you in between?
yeah. I think we need to credit Todd Boehly. He's a nice
Yeah.
guy. Yeah, it's going to be positive. It might be more expensive, but it's going to be positive. By the end of the day, Enzo will be a Chelsea player, and the advantage there is that um, we will tie him down for a longer period. So the we are going to have the benefit of what Todd Boehly is doing now. So I believe seriously that the Enzo by today 11 he will be a Chelsea player. I'm very positive about that.
Hopefully, God
Yeah,
willing, it will happen. God willing, it will happen.
yeah,
I am gonna go back to Gabriel because this is the you see, right now we are at the negotiating stage. Right now, it's all about how the deal is going to be structured. And I talked a little bit about a proposal that was being mentioned in the media about how Chelsea can go about paying this fee without being hit with financial fair play. And I gave the example that they had proposed that they would go to a bank, they would get the bank to pay the release clause, and they will pay the bank in installments. And I talked about the tax that needs to be paid even by the bank. Gabriel started talking about it. I want him to lead the conversation. So Gabriel, give me your thoughts on this, and then we'll hear from everyone else. So how do you think this is working out, mate?
Right. I mean, if it finally gets over the line, which we're hopeful is going to happen, that's that's fine. But what made me not question, but what I wasn't too sure about is because of the other deals that we've already signed have been done through that
Yeah.
sort of part payment over so many years. Why don't we have
Yeah.
the money to just pay what they want in one lump sum? Like, why drag it out and potentially lose not signing him if that does end up happening? If he does get signed, then
Okay.
it
So
doesn't really matter. Yeah,
yeah.
because
Yeah.
presumably
Yeah. You
we've
see.
got some
Yeah.
funds to go out and buy a player in the traditional, a more traditional way rather than this 7-8 year
Yeah.
structured payment.
Yeah. No, Gabriel, there's a bit of confusion here. You see, when we say that Chelsea are spreading out the cost, it doesn't mean they're spreading out the payment. So, for example, Mudryk, 7.5 year contract. His fee is divided by the contract. We don't pay the club over a 7.5 year period. We pay the club the agreed payment. They take that money. There is installments that we do pay, but those installments are linked to performances rather than the length of the contract. What we're talking about here with respect to Enzo Fernandez, when we say that the payments are split over an 8 year, 7.5 year, because I'm hearing 7.5 years. If we are gonna buy him and give him a 7 year, 7.5 year contract, the money that we have bought him for is allocated over that 7.5 year period when it comes to financial fair play rather than the actual payments. We would pay Benfica the agreed fee, and then any add-ons will be given to them as per targets being reached, as per performances being achieved.
Okay.
The issue
Yeah,
the
fair
issue
enough.
here is this. The issue here is this. If Chelsea were to go ahead now and pay the release clause, then they would have to pay the 120 million euros plus taxes, which come to 40 million euros. So Chelsea would be out of pocket 160 million euros. Chelsea are prepared to pay the 120 million, but they want to do it partly in installments to avoid having to pay the 40 million in taxes. And this is the issue. Now, if a bank was to pay the money, because this is what I'm hearing now, and this is where the confusion comes in. If a bank was to pay the money, then the bank is paying the release clause for Enzo Fernandez. Those taxes have to be paid. The bank will then request that money from Chelsea Football Club because unless the bank is actually putting such a high amount of interest on the transaction that the 40 million would not become an issue. And I doubt that is the case. So the 40 million will be then taken to Chelsea. But then Chelsea would be able to pay even that 40 million in installments, which will be financially sound when it comes to financial fair play. It does mean that Chelsea are still committed to paying that money, and going through a bank, you're also going to have to pay interest. And that's what the whole issue is. Eric, do you wanna jump in on this? Do you have any thoughts on this, Eric? Eric Blue. No, Mohammed.
Can I
do you
just
have
jump
any
in?
thoughts on this?
Can I just
Yeah. Go on, Gabby.
can I just respond to what you were saying quickly? Yeah.
Yeah.
I understand what you're saying, but my point is, if we've got so many hundreds of millions, right, and rather than them blowing it all in one go for FFP, with Enzo, if that is just one signing that is paid in the traditional sense, surely they've got enough money to cover that because the other deals are staggered in a way that hopefully we wouldn't hit problems with FFP. That was my point.
No. Yeah, and I agree 100%. I agree 100% because Chelsea do have the funds. However, we've seen this in the past, and just one thing. CFC Blue. If you do see a link to that big update, pass it to us in the chat. We'll jump on and see what the update is. The issue isn't just the payment. and the money side of it. The issue is being held to a ransom, being held to a decision. If Chelsea are being pushed and pushed and pushed to pay this money in this manner, and we capitulate and we actually do it, what stops other clubs doing the same thing in the future? And this was an issue, if you remember, with Marina Granovskaya and Roman Abramovich in the past. And I think this might be the issue. Excuse me. Does anybody else want to jump in on this? I have Grandson in the back area. Grandson, if you want to switch off your camera, you're good. If you want to keep it on, you're good. Give me a thumbs up if you want to come on. Can you hear me, Grandson? You good? I can't. Okay, I'm assuming. All right, Grandson, how are you? How you doing? And where are you calling from?
Oh, thank you. Good evening. Thank you very much for having me. I'm calling from Ghana.
Welcome. What's your thoughts on the transfer? What's your thoughts on the transfer deadline day news so far?
Well, honestly, I think Jorginho to Arsenal was a little bit surprising for me. I wasn't expecting it, and I hope we get Enzo Fernandez because we have to get a backup for Jorginho, but I think we should have gotten Enzo Fernandez before we sold Jorginho to Arsenal. That's my thoughts.
So you're not happy about the deal?
Oh, I'm happy that Jorginho is gone. I'm very happy that he's gone, but I'm not happy that we didn't get. We only have 2 hours left to the deadline, and I hope that the owners get Enzo in, or if not, maybe try getting someone else. I don't. Right now we have only 2 hours, so I doubt that if the Enzo deal doesn't go through, we'll get another midfielder in.
It's going to be very unlikely that Chelsea will be able to get another midfielder in at this point in time. If the Enzo deal crashes, I think that's it. We've sold the midfielder and we haven't been able to replace him. So it doesn't look too good for us if that Enzo deal crashes. Guys, I want to rotate with people who are able to come in. So, Grandson, thank you very much for your opinion. I'm going to go to... sorry, let me have a look.
I'm going to go, Mo, yeah?
You're going to go?
And then I'll go, and then someone else can have a chat, and then hopefully later maybe rejoin if there's some good news to share. All right, take care.
I'm going to give... all right, thank you, Gabriel.
See you,
take
bye,
care of yourself. I'm gonna give everyone a couple of minutes, and then it'll be me and Eric discussing, and we'll move on with everybody else who wants to jump in. So let me go to Eddie Collar. Eddie Collar, give me your final thoughts on this window so far and your expectations.
Yeah, the window so far has been very good and awesome for Chelsea, for our club. And I think we should keep it up to the last minute. We never say die. I still believe seriously that we'll get Enzo. We'll get Enzo Fernandez at the end of the day.
All right. I like the optimism. Eddie Kola, thank you for coming on. Best of luck, and I hope to see you in future streams. Take care, my brother.
All right.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Peace.
Good
night. Mohammed, your final thoughts, your expectations on this transfer window. How is it going to pan out?
Yeah, the new management has done great things, because for them to have that thought that we need to reform the Chelsea by bringing young players in so that the club can achieve their money that they have put in the club. So it's a good achievement. So if we have Fernandes, it's gonna boost the midfield for us, and it's a great privilege if we get him. But if we don't have him, I think the management need to think twice again in the next window so that we can have a good midfielder to replace Jorginho that has gone to Arsenal. Because Jorginho, this behind time is being so slow for the Chelsea team. Now Chelsea is playing fast football. So I think if he's going to Arsenal, I think he fits that type of play. But Chelsea is in a reform movement now that we want to make everything possible. So I'm so optimistic that we are going to get Fernandez, and if we have him with a good
I
previous,
you know they like
when we must have him.
All
you
right,
know they like
Mohammed.
you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for your optimism. We'll see. We'll see how it pans out. We got just over an hour, just under 2 hours. So let's see. Thank you for
Yeah.
jumping on, Mohammed. Much appreciated. I'll speak to you in a future stream. Take care, my brother.
Now,
Assalamu.
yeah.
All right. All right. I will go to Grandson, get his final thoughts, and then me and Eric will take it away. Grandson, how do you think this window is going to go? Do you think we're going to get Enzo Fernandez? Oh, he's gone. All right, I'll post that question to you, Eric. Enzo Fernandez, you think he's coming?
First of all, I hope I sound a little bit better. I think I was a little bit low before. I'm not sure what happened. Do I sound okay?
You sound good. You sound good.
Okay.
I saw your comment. Can you share that link?
Yeah, I'll send it to you on Twitter.
Yeah, send it to me on Twitter. Because I haven't seen that yet.
Yeah, it's from about 15 minutes ago now. He just posted the tweet. Let me see it now. Oh, you're not using popular galleries. Okay, I'll just sent it now. Apparently, the deal is done. I don't know exactly what's inside. He decided to go early with the you know final outcome. I think a lot of the big guys are just waiting for it to be 100% done before they say anything, including Fabrizio. Obviously, he's just biding his time.
All right.
And there's a lot of details that they know. I'm sure
All right,
that
so-
they're not really telling us.
So this is Simon Phillips. Enzo Fernandez deal is done. He's on his way to Chelsea. His source is the Secret Scouts. Let's have a look at the Secret Scout. The Secret Scout. What is he saying? Okay, the Secret Scout is saying, my source has just told me that Enzo Fernandez deal is done. He's on his way to Chelsea. More to follow. Remember where you heard it first. I don't know. Guys in the chat, what do you know about the secret scout? I'll be honest with you, I've not really heard much about this guy before. Secret Scout. Anybody can vouch for him? I drove Jorginho. Ian said this last night in the stream. He said I'll drive him. Hey Ian, there you go, mate. He's gone. A 12 million pound player, 31-year-old with just I think over 6 months or just under 6 months on his contract. He is now on his way to North London. So farewell to Jorginho. May you pass the ball backwards and sideways at Arsenal like you did at Chelsea football. I'm kidding. Jorginho was a good player. But, he spent his prime years at Chelsea. And now he can go retire peacefully in North London. So, all right, guys. This is a tweet from the Secret Scout. Can I zoom in? Yep. A tweet from the Secret Scout. My source has just told me the Enzo Fernandez deal is done. He's on his way to Chelsea. More to follow. Remember where you heard it first. And this tweet was retweeted was mentioned by Simon Phillips, who apparently rates this guy quite highly for him to do that. Anyway, we will see. We will see if there's any more information. Normally, from past experience, people like Simon Phillips and these guys, they will blur out the news because they've heard it. They don't want to wait until it's confirmed, and they just blur it out to everyone. But Fabrizio Romano, Nazar Cancella, Ornstein, and the other guys, they want to get it confirmed before they are actually going to post it. So it could be breaking news within the next, I don't know, maybe 10, 15, maybe half an hour. If that news is accurate. If that news is accurate, then Chelsea have signed Enzo Fernandez, and I would not be surprised. The way that Todd Boehly has been aggressively pursuing this, I would not be surprised if Rui Costa capitulated and like, you know what, just take him, man. Enough is enough. I'm done with this shit.
I mean, I would love that to be the case, but judging based on most of this this transfer saga, probably not. I will say that for the sake of secret scouts, and for the sake of the Chelsea fans worldwide, I hope he's right, and he just went early with that one. Because let's be real, these big guys, the tier 1 journalists, everyone's just waiting for them. They might pay attention. Obviously, they've given that tweet a lot of likes, but when Fabrizio posts his "Here we go," or when David Ornstein finally says something, those guys will start getting like millions of likes. Maybe, they'll probably like. I think Fabrizio will get at least 1 million likes when he finally tweets "Here we go" for Enzo. So I think a lot of people just want to wait for the mainstream guys to say something first. Yeah,
because and I think we're gonna hear that. I mean, if it's accurate, we're gonna hear that. Ian is saying I can't wait to find out the payment structure. Ian, I'm with you on that because I have heard so much, and I've been trying to wrap my head around it and seeing how it's gonna work out, how it's gonna be done, because Todd Boehly doesn't do it in an easy manner. He will always find a way to get it to become financially sound, and I really do want to see how this is going to play out. And in respect to Jorginho, Boogeyman, Jorginho is hasta la vista, baby, or as what's his name? Bruce Willis, Hippie my brother. I changed that a little bit. All right, so Boogeyman is in the house. Boogeyman, welcome. Your favorite midfielder has left the club, Boogeyman. He's gone. No more Jorginho penalties. Hop, skip, and shoot. J5 Jorginho. Yeah, no more J5 penalties. No more. I know. A couple of the people in the fan base who used to refer to him as Jennifer are gonna have to find, a way to pass that back to the Arsenal fans and tell them, hey, listen,
we won't name names. We won't name names.
We won't name names, no, but you all know who I'm talking about, and he's probably watching. Boogeyman, how are ya?
Yo, I won't stay too long. Eric Blue, how you doing, man? Good. Yeah, thanks for having me for a good moment. I'm really sad. I'm actually really sad because before Sarri, the way Chelsea play football, where we don't control possession, my idea was Chelsea become the team in England that control the game, dictate the tempo, like Barcelona under Xavi and Messi. And I was wishing that after Sarri ball, our recruitment will be based on possession and more tactical, not too much physical, so we can be the first team in England. But I mean, Pep Guardiola has done it before us, which is sad. But I think under Sarri, I thought we're just going to be the one that will suck oxygen out of our opponent. And Jorginho was the key for us to reach that way of playing football. Because, like you guys know, I coach kids also. And possession is just something I love, really. It's too bad that we let him go. I don't really mind if he goes to Arsenal, but it is sad, and I just don't know where we we're going right now, especially with Enzo. I wish everything. I wish Enzo has more than what Jorginho has. Like has all Jorginho quality, plus a little bit of Kante and all those things we think he had. But I just feel like we should have make sure at least Enzo play half of season with Chelsea before we let Jorginho go. And this way of doing business is also difficult for me to accept because I don't think Chelsea, as it is right now, without Jorginho, will be able to control a game. We will be able to dominate a game and all those things. So listen, Jorginho has done his part in our history. The Sarri ball all the way through.
Boogie, I'm gonna interrupt you for 1 second. I am disappointed about one aspect when it comes to Jorginho, but at the same time, I think Chelsea didn't sell Jorginho until they actually knew that they were able to bring in a replacement for him in this window. I think that they were at a stage in the negotiations where it did look like there were some breakthroughs are happening with Enzo Fernandez, because letting Jorginho go with the injuries that we have, with the position we are in the league right now, if you don't have Enzo Fernandez coming in, then that's a mistake, because I would rather keep Jorginho until the end of the season, and then let him go on a free, than to sell him to a rival for 12 million and keep myself, what's the word here? Depleted in the squad, because we are going to be depleted in the squad in regards to the centre of the park.
Yeah,
if we are unable to bring in Enzo Fernandez, so that is one thing I'm disappointed about.
Yeah,
Jorginho going, it is what it is, but selling him without having a replacement is where I have a little bit of a concern.
Yeah, but my other concern is he only had 6 months left, and
yeah, sure.
If we have rich owners like we think we have, I think it doesn't cost too much to bring Enzo Fernandez in and let Enzo Fernandez lead the next 6 months, but with Jorginho as a mentor or whatever the thing is, and just let Jorginho go on free to whatever, Italy or Arsenal. It doesn't change too much. But the thing that scares me the most is, the point you just made. It's just the old way of thinking football. And that guy you had yesterday on your channel, on your stream from UK, that talk about the principle behind the Dodgers and all those things. I just feel like their decision making is not based on the football as we know it.
Of course,
but
I agree.
It's just okay. Yeah. Listen, man. That midfield is getting packed. Jorginho has to go, and our plan is, even if we finish 14th, 15, it doesn't matter this season as long as we're still in the EPL, and we don't care. We're going to make money in the US anyways by all this advertisement through the US market. So the most important thing is we will have a plan, and we will implement that plan, whatever the consequences. Like, even if Chelsea end up in, being tough for next season, it doesn't really matter at this point. They have an ideal, and they just want to implement that ideal and pour as money as they can in to see if it works. But then you wonder what exactly is going to be the result, because do we want to gamble the entire Chelsea history and why we are about that? I'm not too sure anymore, because like the way you say, I'm pretty sure every Chelsea fan on this planet will ask themselves, okay, even Enzo's coming in, we just don't know what Enzo's going to give us. So why don't you just keep Jorginho? At least we know who he is. We know what he can do. Enzo can come in and get injured. Then what? So the whole thing is a little... man, listen, I'm not calling to judge anybody. Jorginho has done his part. I love the kid. I love his leadership. When, Tuchel was not doing too much from the sideline, and I criticized Tuchel a lot. the leader on the pitch was Jorginho most of the time, and then come also Thiago Silva. So we actually lost a leader.
I
in Jorginho.
break it. No, sorry, it's not breaking. It's almost breaking. Sorry, Boogeyman,
Yes,
sorry to
almost.
interrupt you, but Nazar Cancella posted something, and I misread it, and I thought it was done, but no, it's not.
No,
This
yes.
is what he
So in
posted.
Jorginho, we lost a leader, we lost a penalty taker, we lost a lot of stuff, a lot of football, like football brain. People criticize him. He is a divisive player. Like I mean, in our fan base, people that look for physical ability tend to not appreciate his role. But I just think like me, anyways, I'm really disappointed. So that's all I like to say.
All right, before you jump out, I want to get Eric Blue's reaction to what you said because he was making some faces while you were talking, man. So I want to know, Eric Blue, what you reckon, man?
Yeah, so in the short term, I'm not happy. The main reason I'm not happy is because Jorginho is not he's not useless, right? He has qualities, and if he joins a club like Arsenal, he might help them win the title. And even if he doesn't, I don't think they necessarily need him to win it, which means
I was
he's
going to say
gonna
that,
win
yeah.
yeah, he's going to win the title with Arsenal after we've been at Chelsea for how many years. So that's not nice. It doesn't look good. But apart from that, I'm okay with the decision. I don't know what the deal was. I don't know how much he went for. I think it was maybe 20 million.
12 million. 12 million. So,
okay. So
10 million
it's not-
up front and 2 million in installments.
Okay, so it's like half of what I thought it would be. But it's a good deal for someone who is less than a year, left on their contract. So it makes sense. I think it's okay. I think we need to move on from Jorginho. I've thought so for a long time. It's not just about physicality. I still want quality in our team, and I think there's too much emphasis placed on the possession aspect of the game. And it's funny that Boogeyman mentioned Sarri. The first season under Sarri, we were way too possession heavy. Not enough cutting edge. We scored like 66 goals that season. We just didn't have the danger, the threat going forward. And for me, the less we can pass round the back, round the centre backs in the midfield, sideways and backwards, the better. My personal preference, as much as I appreciate what Pep did at Barca and even what he did at City, I think if I had to give my favorite style of football, I want end product. I want direct football. When Conte came to Chelsea, before he came to Chelsea, I watched his team with Italy. He was the national team coach at that time, and Italy played very direct football. They were very dangerous, and I thought this is a nice approach. This is what I want. It's not just about keeping the ball. It's about having the cutting edge and making that key pass to cut open teams. And I think that's the kind of player that we're signing in Enzo Fernandez. So as much as it's important that he has technical ability, which he does, he's good on the ball. He also has IQ. I also don't think you need one player in your team to dominate games. Jorginho is not the only reason why we keep possession. We keep possession because we have a good team who can, pass the ball and keep the ball. I think that's the case. So it's less about relying on one player for a specific aspect that doesn't necessarily win you 3 points, and having a team that is suited towards a specific style. We're trying to move the ball quick, not just quick side to side, but forward, vertical. Vertical passes. So and the vertical passes with quality as well. The vision with these kind of passes. So that's what I'm hoping for with Enzo. That's what I'm looking for. I don't think Jorginho getting sold had anything to do with the owners having money. If I'm keeping it honest, I think maybe yes, they're trying to do things the American way in certain ways. We see with the marketing aspects of things with the app, what they're trying to do with the signings. The fact that they've already installed the Chelsea logo and Chelsea merchandise in the stadium. The what's it called? In the baseball. So they've incorporated Chelsea into the baseball side of things in America. I forgot the name of the team now. I remember why I forgot.
Dodgers.
Dodgers, LA Dodgers. So
Yep.
they've incorporated Chelsea with that, but who knows if they'll put the LA Dodgers into the Chelsea thing? But that's not important. I don't think they will. But so we see the American aspects of things they're bringing in, but I truly believe that every decision they're making is a football decision. These guys delegate. They sign the people who will make the right decisions. And yes, it looks all over the place now, but I truly believe in a few months, especially once we get, move on a few more players. Jorginho is a very good start. I was saying it before, we need to cut the squad down. So Jorginho is the start. Move on a few more players, maybe 10, 11 players, and we start setting up this team, refining the squad in the way that we need to actually win games. It's not every game you have to play possession.
Yeah.
Some games you play counter and you win, right? So
I want to switch the topic. So Jorginho is gone. See you later. Hakim Ziyech. I haven't heard anything about his deal in over 2 hours. Okay, the last thing I saw, he's in Paris. He's there. He's there. Yeah, he's in Paris. But negotiations are still going on. I think Chelsea. I think Paris Saint-Germain decided to go with a loan with an option to buy, but Chelsea want to include a obligation to buy. So you can loan him for the rest of the season, but then you have to buy him at the end of the loan. And Paris Saint-Germain are reluctant to do that. Chelsea have offered them two options. Option A, buy him straight out. Option B, loan him for the rest of the season with the obligation to buy. And I think that is where it's stalled. I read that medical has been done. He's already over there trying to push it. He does want to go to Paris Saint-Germain, and it makes sense, like we discussed yesterday, in regards to his career and whatnot. We talked about that in the stream last night. But nothing has been published in the past 2 hours in regards to Hakim Ziyech. And again, no news sometimes is good news. What do you guys think about Hakim Ziyech? Boogie, Eric?
I mean, I can't say much more. I'll let Boogeyman speak.
Go on, Boogie. Hakim Ziyech, the news has been dead or quiet for the past 2 hours. What do you think? What's going on?
That does not sound good. It doesn't. Who said he is in Paris right now?
I'll show you the tweet. Give me 2 seconds. I'll just bring it back up. It was Fabrizio Romano. If I can just find it. I had it on the screen.
The truth is, we have a game on Friday, right? So if he is in Paris, I don't think the team, any player, is on holidays. So if he is in Paris, that means he's just waiting for something to be okay. So I'm not sure. Maybe a transfer. Chelsea is getting the player, and then as soon as the player is signed by Chelsea, then it will allow him to sign for PSG, or PSG going to loan another. So it seems like his his move to Paris Saint-Germain is conditioned by something. So I'm not sure if he is Paris right now. That means he wants to move. So I just feel like if his head is already there, it has to be done, because at the end of the day, Chelsea's are doing something completely different, and he's not part of the project. So I mean, if Jorginho is gone, then why not Hakim? He has to go if he's already there. So let's hope, finger crossed, that the move is concluded, and he can also give another boost to his football career. That's all I can do. I mean, I love the kid. I love his attitude. It's just sad that it didn't work. But, that's what it is, professional football, right?
Yeah, I can't find the tweet that that was talking about him being in Paris. I thought it was the one I had on the screen. No, that I didn't mention it, but I'm trying to find the tweet and I just can't find it. Yeah. But apparently he is in Paris at the moment. Go on, Eric.
Yeah, I think even Fabrizio mentioned it's he's they flown to Paris. I think the deal will
Yeah,
get done, but it's
yeah.
just about what it looks. What is the structure of the deal? Is it going to be a loan with an option, a loan with a
All right,
what's the word?
Enzo Fernandez update.
Obligation.
Enzo Fernandez update by Fabrizio Romano. Chelsea will try until the end for Enzo. Meeting still ongoing. No medical yet. It would be completed in Portugal if the two clubs will be able to reach full agreement. Fight on. Okay, so I think this is in response to what Simon Phillips posted just a short while ago. Sorry to cut you off, Eric. Continue.
No, no, it's that's good. Good news. Hopefully, I don't know. Is it good news? I don't know. I just wanted the deal done at this point. It's taking some time, but
Yo, but Eric,
yeah.
what is the problem? What's the hanging up? What is the hang up? Like
I have
we,
no idea. I mean, I don't think even Fabrizio knows what the hang up is. To be honest,
but did you
I,
hear
I
how Modric deal was? Like Arsenal was waiting to buy the player, and then one of our administrator or whoever is in charge of our signing and transfer travel to Ukraine and just they say it only take less than 24 hours in London, less than 12 hours. I heard.
very
Boogie,
different scenario.
I will tell you what's the hang up. It is really simple. It is so simple it's funny. Do you know what the hang up is? Do you know what it is? It's a
No,
former
no
football
idea.
player.
I just don't
It's
get it.
it's a former football
His
player
name
who
starts
used to
with
play for
R.
Portugal. His name starts with R and his surname starts with C. Okay. Oh, that's what he meant by RC. The other guy. That's what he meant. Yeah. Some guy said RC, and I'm like, RC. I was still half asleep when I read it.
Oh,
Yeah,
Rui
Rui Costa.
Costa.
Rui Costa.
What's the history of Rui Costa?
Rui
I mean,
Costa.
he was a
Okay.
techie. He was a nice player.
He
When he,
nice
Oh,
player.
really good
Really.
one. I used to love him. But yeah, he's really.
He was nice in regards to his ability, but he was also very aggressive in his style of play.
would you say he was a stubborn player?
No,
Oh
he used
yes.
to play
Oh
for
no.
Benfica. No, not
He
Benfica.
was he was stubborn. He was stubborn. He
Florentina,
was
right? Florentina or something like that.
no. He played for Benfica. He played for Benfica. He played
Yeah,
for
but and
AC
also in
Milan.
Italy.
He played for AC Milan as well.
And
Who
I
else did he
think
play for?
first Florentina, then AC Milan or something like that.
He played for Fiorentina as well. You're right. Yeah, he
Yeah, I
played
think
for
I know him
Fiorentina.
first from Florentina. He's one a really good dribble with the ball.
Yeah.
And so, what's the history of Chelsea? I don't get it. I don't know. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'll just say this very quickly. I think it's a very different scenario. You can't compare Shakhtar with Benfica. Two different clubs, completely different clubs. And for me, this Enzo signing is a bigger deal than Modric.
Modric,
Honestly,
definitely.
that might sound crazy because of how much he spends on Modric, but I believe that this is a game changer. If we sign this guy, okay, I'm not gonna say anything reactionary, but
No. Say. I like. Listen, me.
I love reactionary. I love
No,
reaction.
yeah, the reason why I like you to say it, me, I just don't know what the hell is the problem with this. Why everybody is a high top with
okay,
this player. So I
if
like
we sign
someone
him,
to just bring me to
okay.
that level.
If we sign him, you won't need us to tell you. You'll see with your two eyes. So I know you haven't watched him. You don't know anything about this guy. I know little about him myself. If and when he signs, we're going to see something, man. We're going to see something special. We will. I don't want to talk about, a certain Italian who just left us. I do respect him. I have a lot of time for him. I appreciate him for everything he did for us. But I think he will be a distant memory in the coming months and years. That's what I think.
So Eric, you believe deep inside you that Enzo will be the key.
I mean, it's not about him being the key, but he would change our team. He would just change the way we play. Honestly,
You think so? Okay. Well, listen,
Oh yeah.
we'll see. Listen, what if Chelsea is playing good, I'm happy. If not, then will be here screaming at them anyway. So
I think there's another update. Hold on. It's not about Enzo. It's not about Enzo. Okay. Yes, I've got notifications turned on Fabrizio Romano. So as soon as he posts something, it comes
It's
on.
done. It's done. It's done. It's up. I'll send you now. It's up. It's up. It's up. It's up. It's up.
It's done?
It's up.
Who-
Yep.
Chelsea
I'm sending
signed
you now.
Enzo
I'm
Fernandez.
sending you now. I'm sending you now.
All right,
It's done.
all right,
It's done.
all right.
It's done. It's done. It's done. It's done.
Wait, man,
It's
wait.
done.
I haven't got the message yet. I
Oh
haven't got the
my.
message. Where is it? Where is it?
Ooh, my heart is beating. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I've sent you. I've sent it.
Oh,
Check.
I see it. I see it. I see it. I see
Oh
it. I see
my!
it. I
I'm
see
so
it.
happy. My heart is
Chelsea
beating.
have signed Enzo Fernandez. No, that's not it. That's not it. That's not it. That's not it. Where is it?
That's the one.
Oh, it's done. It's done.
That's the one. That's the
Enzo
one.
Fernandez to Chelsea. Here we go. Agreement in place with Benfica on a permanent deal, around 120 million euro package. Enzo will sign long-term deal tonight. Strongly wanted by Chelsea board.
It's done. It's done.
Contracts are prepared. Boarding complete. London. It's done.
Who said that's not him? Who
It's
said that's
done.
Not, who said that's
It's not him. It's not him. We've been trolled. We've been trolled. We've been trolled.
Wow. Oh wow.
We've been
I went
trolled.
on his-
We
I
have
went on
been
his page
trolled.
as
Eric,
well. I went on his
Eric, I
page.
told you. I told
Oh
you.
my.
We have been trolled. We have been trolled,
Wow.
Eric.
I was literally
See,
on his
I had
page.
I had notifications on his page, and I was looking, and I didn't get notification. Eric, you.
Do you know what I did? Do you know what I did?
What
I
did you do?
went on his Twitter thing. I saw the last tweet he sent. I retweeted it. I scrolled up. You know why you scroll up and you like reload the screen? I reloaded. I scrolled up, reloaded the thing, and then that's what I saw. So what happened? What did I
Yeah.
do wrong?
Eric, listen.
Oh,
Go
I just
onto
got- I
his
just got
page.
trolled, man.
Yeah,
I did.
I got.
I'm on
I
his
got
page.
trolled. No, but you see, I went on
Oh
his page
my.
just before, and I'm like, nothing. He's reacting to Simon Phillips's tweet. He's saying,
so
"Hold up, it's
confused.
not there," and then boom.
But I refreshed. His page. I was on his page.
Oh man!
I retweeted the last tweet. 9 minutes. 9 minutes ago, right?
I'm
How does that
looking. I'm
work?
like, where is the tick? There's no tick
I'm
on
so
his thing.
confused. So okay, so you know how you like, I did that, right? I did
Yeah.
that, and then I saw the thing.
I don't know.
What happened?
I'm seeing doubles. Boogeyman, what happened?
I'm
Which
so
one is
confused.
used? Boogeyman, say something so I know which one to take out.
Wow,
Boogeyman, which one is used? Say something.
that was.
Nice.
I you know what? I saw the tick. I was like, surely the tick is there, right? The tick wasn't there. That's messed up. Like how
It's
how
a blue.
does
It's a blue circle. I'll show it to you again.
how does it take me somewhere else? I
No,
messed up, man. I messed up.
It's got that blue circle
messed
down there. Yeah, Fabrizio.
I messed
It's
up.
not even Fabrizio Romano. Was it? Yeah,
Romano
Fabrizio
won.
Romano.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't even know how that happened. I was literally on his
Finally.
page.
Yeah, Bear Man got fooled by that. Finally.
That was, and you know what surprised me? I was honestly surprised. Why did it only have 100 likes? And it was
Yeah.
like a few minutes old. That doesn't make any sense. But I just ignored it. I shouldn't have ignored it.
Yeah. I'm literally
so
just going by the
confused.
notifications. Going by the
How
notifications.
I was on his page. I don't know what happened. I said okay, I'll just refresh it to see what happened, and then it takes me somewhere else. I don't even know what happened. That is strange.
Eric Blue just
I've been
destroyed the Blue Lounge. This is the end of the Blue Lounge. The Blue Lounge is dead.
It's over. You know
We
what? We're not
have,
signing Enzo
you know,
anymore.
that's it.
I
We're not
ruined
signing
it.
Enzo anymore.
It's over.
And my channel has been destroyed. Damn, man. Damn. Anyway, we're gonna wait for the next troll to come along. we're gonna react to it. We're reacting to trolls all night tonight. All right, we're reacting to trolls all night tonight. All right, let me have a look. Any more notifications?
I don't even know how that. I must have been on I must have been on the notification side. I don't know what I did. I just said, "Oh, I'll refresh the page, see what happens."
Boogeyman, can you hear me?
Yeah. What's going on?
We just got trolled, man. We just got trolled. That wasn't
It
wasn't
was
real.
bad. It was very
It was
bad.
bad.
Who did?
I'm all like, yeah, we got him. We've done this.
Yeah, exactly. And then for some reason, my screen just froze.
Yeah, and
like,
I got fooled as well. Like, Fabrizio would never put this picture. He would never do that. Why would he do that?
Yeah.
It's always the player with the shirts.
Listen, I think it will be done. I think it will, but I just don't understand why.
It's just because...
At least we've had a dress rehearsal for it when it happens. Yeah, so we've had a dress rehearsal. Positivity. We've had a dress rehearsal for it when it actually does happen. We're gonna, yeah.
That was bad.
So
I think I'm just I'm just a little bit edgy. Maybe that's what it is.
Yeah,
So,
we all
so
are.
right
We all
now,
are, man.
so
We got
right
1
now,
hour 40 minutes. 1 hour 40 minutes. Go on, Boogie.
right now, we have that kid from Lyon, whatever his name is, as a right back.
Malagusto. Yeah.
It's not right now.
Okay, so and then we have that kid from Monaco that is playing really good already.
Sorry. Who's that?
He's already partner with Thiago Silva. He played the last two games.
Badia Chile?
Yeah,
So-
Benchile.
And on the left, it's going to be Cucurella or when Chihuahua is back. Then in the middle,
By the way, Boogie. I wanna show you something that I saw today, and I was actually quite surprised at it. Let me find it. It's regarding Cucurella's reaction. Did you guys see it? His reaction to being told that Jorginho has been sold. Did you guys see it? Let me try to bring it up. I mean, this reminds me of how Chelsea used to do things before, where it was proper hush hush. I'm trying to find it. Where is it?
so yeah, while you're looking for that, I like Eric
Yeah.
to think about this. So the way Jorginho, vice captain, will let go, and I'm not sure what the Cucurella reaction is because I haven't been too much on the network on the internet lately. But then other people are talking about we're trying to build a new dynasty. Do you think Cucurella, knowing the way Jorginho was sold without any, I'm not sure, without like Kasim said, it was just like the old way of doing business. Do you think that is a recipe for building a dynasty where people will feel or player will feel belonging to something bigger than themselves? I'm not sure, man.
Yeah, I heard from Fabrizio that Jorginho was even surprised with how things moved so quickly, so fast, which is very interesting. I'm not sure. That sounds very strange. The player moving is surprised that the deal went through so quickly.
All right, check this out. Check this out. So this is Cucurella doing a clip.
The smartest player in the squad is Jorginho, 100%, because he have a.
I don't think he plays for Chelsea anymore.
No?
I think he's
Arsenal, no?
transferred to Arsenal, I believe.
I would say Jorginho, no club, no? Or what? Or change?
I think you've got to change it.
Yeah? But it's now or?
He's gone to Arsenal. Yeah, it's happening today.
Yeah, I read yesterday.
There's like photos of him.
No. The smartest.
Give the man a tissue.
It's not. I don't think this is anything like. I don't know what you can read into it. For me, it's not like why would he know exactly what's moving? Like, how would a player be in the know, kind of thing, right? It's if his agent was surprised, you would say what's wrong, right? But it's not like Cucurella's business to know each player's situation. So it's not that.
No, what I'm trying to say is, so to be honest, I have not seen Cucurella. I think that's my first time. So he said, to be honest, Jorginho is the smartest player in the group. So the value he put on Jorginho is being smart, Then when someone says, "Okay, yeah, but I don't think he will be here because he's on his move to Arsenal," he's like, so, "No, I read something yesterday. Is it true or something?" He was surprised about it. So my issue is, what do you think Cucurella, where he is right now, thinking? Is he thinking like writing my history with Chelsea, or when I get better, so probably I will be sold also, right? It's
This
not
is
like Jorginho is
football.
completely dead wood. He still
This
has
is
a value.
football at the highest level. Things
What's
happen,
that?
man. Things happen all the time. You see a player
No,
doing
I'm
so
just saying
well,
because the
and they're gone.
Boli group say they want to build a dynasty, but
No,
if
but
you
that doesn't
don't
have
have
anything
like
to.
what's that?
That doesn't have anything to do with George.
Actually, yeah,
Jorginho's
because
situation has
even
nothing to do
baseball,
with Cucurella because Cucurella doesn't know the details. He doesn't
yeah, but
even.
then
He
other
didn't even
players
know
don't know the
that he
detail either.
left. No, but the point is that, as far as we're aware, Jorginho didn't leave against his will. He didn't
But
say,
would
"Oh,
you
I
say
didn't want to
Jorginho
leave, but
is
the
a
club
legend?
pushed me out." No, he's not a legend. No,
Oh, you don't think so? Okay, good.
no, of course not. No, no. You have to do a lot to be a legend for Chelsea. Most people are not going to make it.
So, hold on. Champions League winner,
No.
World
Super Cup
Cup.
winner, World Cup winner.
How many final he plays?
Yeah, top goal scorer. You know,
Third,
all that.
third
No.
best midfield in Europe.
Yeah, Ballon d'Or, third place. No.
Look, I'll say he's a well. This is pushing it,
No.
but
No,
I'll say he's a cult hero.
Eric. Listen, I'm with you. I don't think he's a legend. I mean, I'm saying these things because these are the things that people will be throwing. Those who do support him, that's what they'll be throwing at you.
And by the way, the Ballon d'Or thing
Jorginho.
is,
Sorry. I know. Just one thing. Look, Azpilicueta literally has won everything there is to win with Chelsea Football Club. That being said, he isn't being given the respect, and he isn't being given the what's the word here? The love that he deserves. I mean, people still, he's the captain, he's this, he's that. But how many times have you seen him being trolled by Chelsea fans because of his age, because of his legs, or he can't be doing it anymore? He's this, he's that. Even though he's won everything there is to win with Chelsea Football Club, I think. Sorry, lads. I think we are just too quick to turn against our players once we see them get to the stage where they are no longer at their prime, at their peak. Players, they have their ups and they have their downs. Now, yes, when they start to have their downs, it's going to impact the performances and the way they play in the team. But show them some respect, lads. Come on. I mean,
yeah.
You know,
Chelsea fans love doing that. They love disrespecting their own players. I don't get it.
That's why I'm Chelsea fan.
It's very strange.
We don't take prisoner, man. We don't take
Chelsea fans call
we don't
him
take prisoner.
geriatric. They use the word geriatric. Do you know what that means? To call somebody geriatric? Yeah, for me, it's
wait. Talking about meanings. Eric Blue, can you explain to me what is the meaning of the word subscribe? Can you explain that to us? What does subscribe mean?
One button, man.
Yeah, there's this social media platform called YouTube. You can just type it in. It's very easy to find. When you go into type in the Blue Lounge, you see my brother Kasim's face. And then there's a shiny red button. Actually, is it red nowadays? I don't know. Some people might have it as a different color. But there's this button called subscribe. It usually is red if you haven't subscribed. And what you do is you just click. Just one tap. It takes less than a second.
Less than a second. And there's a bell. There's a bell next to it. You got to also click on that and just go to all, so you don't miss nothing. Exactly. And if you've already done the subscribe bit, Boogeyman, can you explain what is the meaning of the word like? Boogie?
Yeah.
What does like mean?
Yeah, if I have to explain anyone here what like, I mean, just get off the stream. Like the film, it doesn't cost too much. It's just something on the. I can't even see it because I'm using my phone, but Guys, like this stream. That doesn't cost
Like,
anything.
subscribe. Like and
Like and
subscribe,
subscribe.
lads.
That's so easy.
I
Though.
think, let me have a look. So, I made a prediction like this before, and I'll do it again. I think if we hit 100 likes on the stream, Fabrizio Romano will give us a here we go. What do you guys think? A here we go after 100 likes. As you can see, a notification. Hold on a second. What is this? What is this?
No, yeah. Are you done? Can I jump in?
Jump in.
Yeah. So I'm more with Eric this time. So now in the middle, let's say in the best case scenario with
We
Enzo.
have breaking news. We have
yeah?
breaking news. We have breaking news. It's not regarding Enzo, but it's regarding Hakim Ziyech. We have breaking news regarding Hakim Ziyech. So this is David Ornstein. He says PSG have reached agreement with Chelsea to sign Hakim Ziyech on a loan until the summer. And this is the actual account. As you can see, there's a blue tick there. Okay, until the summer. Deal not signed but in place. Includes a fee but no option to buy. AC Milan, Roma, RP Leipzig, and Premier League clubs were also interested. So, there is no... So it includes a fee, but no option to buy.
Fab. It's the
Fab.
blue tick. Fab blue tick. Fab blue tick.
Here we go.
Blue tick.
Lads, it's there. Chelsea have signed Enzo Fernandez.
Finally.
Chelsea have signed Enzo Fernandez.
My
Here we
goodness.
go. Enzo Fernandez to Chelsea. Here we go. Agreement reached right now between Chelsea and Benfica. Important. Clubs wanting to get the document signed before the end of the window. It is finally agreed. Boarding set to be completed. London, Turkish Airlines. I told you it's coming. It's coming by by domestic charter, not one of them jets, private jets. The man's a humble geezer. He's humble. He's using Turkish Airlines to come over here. But it is done. It is done. Fabrizio Romano. Here we go. Enzo Fernandez, welcome to Chelsea Football Club. Welcome to the pride of London. Welcome to Stamford.
Oh my!
Effing
This
bridge,
is a
man. We got him.
moment.
We got him.
This is a very
We
big-
got him.
Honestly, this is a big deal. This is a very special moment, and I think this is a huge moment in football. This is a very big statement. This is even bigger than the
Record.
Modric thing was nice.
Premier League record
Premier League
transfer
record.
fee. Premier League record transfer fee. Chelsea have spent the biggest chunk of cash. Jack Grealish, he used to have the title for being the most expensive player in the Premier League. Not anymore. It now is Enzo Fernandez. Enzo Fernandez is the most expensive player in Premier League history. And we have got him, boys. Look at that smile. Look at that smile. Jorginho, hasta la vista. Hasta la vista, Jorginho.
I can just relax now. I can go to bed. I was worried I might have to stay here till 1 a.m. or something, because I think they're like an hour ahead in Portugal. I'm not sure, but look, fantastic. This is a huge deal. This is a 10 out of 10 window. I don't care what anyone says. This is a very big. This is a big boy signing. This is what you call a big boy signing. Wow. In January as well.
I'm just changing the title of this.
I don't want to speak. I don't want to say, because I was about to say
Yeah,
something.
Eric,
No,
you need to speak, because I don't
Speak.
have enough. I want to hear. Speak, please.
Okay, so I'm not gonna say. You know what? I won't be reactionary. I don't like to do that. Fabrizio was very cheeky. I think he was cheeky. I was listening to the stream. He said something that I don't agree with, and they even did a poll in the stream.
What did you say?
About it's something called big ears. There's a thing called the big ears. I don't know if you guys know it, but let's not talk about that, please. Let's not talk about that. This is a very special moment. It's not a Jorginho replacement, in my opinion. He's more of a box-to-box kind of player, but I think we'll do just fine for the rest of the season without Jorginho, because we now have this guy. and I can't wait to see him lift that shirt. I can't wait to see him in the stadium. The first game of the new month is not very far away. You know, I'm pretty sure we're gonna see his face in that stadium when we play against Fulham.
Will he play? Yeah, will he play against Fulham though? Will he play against Fulham?
No chance. If he does, I think Potter will need like a. I don't know. He'll need to get spoken to, man, or something. That would be ridiculous.
Is Zakaria back?
No.
Okay, then Enzo play.
No, we'll see. We'll see if he's back. I don't know, but I think he's not back. But and there's no way Enzo should be allowed to play this game. I'm sorry, it's just way too soon. He'll do the thing that Mudryk did when he comes on the pitch and like he claps or something. You know, maybe he'll bring his Argentina flag, and I'm sure he's been waving it a while. Now maybe he's tired of using the flag. I mean, he's had the whole of December, right? But look, I'm just so happy.
So Eric, you think
I wanted a midfielder?
I know, but do you think Chelsea has?
I'm gonna say this because Boogeyman kind of touched on this yesterday. Wouldn't it have just been perfect to see Enzo Fernandez playing with Jorginho?
Perfect? I wouldn't use the word perfect, but it would.
What would you say? What would you say? It would be good, right?
An interesting combination. Oh yeah. It would be interesting for sure. But we'll never see that happen. Unfortunately, it is what it is. If we see Zakaria and Enzo, I'll take that. Oh yes, I'll be very happy with that. To be honest, I'm not going to say Zakaria is injury prone just because he got injured. I don't know what his record was before he came to Chelsea. I don't think he's injury prone, but hopefully he comes back and he plays with. Like a lot of these things is just most of our players haven't even played together. Which is just a crazy thing to think about. Like, people like Sterling haven't played with Mudryk. Mudryk hasn't played with Kukureya. Most of our players haven't played with each other.
Yeah, that was one of my worries back then. But anyways, the window is closed. Let's say Potter has it in them to get this player to jail, because if he can't, then these players are too young to not given a proper chance to develop their quality. They have to grow. They have to develop.
It depends. I don't think they're that young. These players are not that young.
The 21. The 21. The what? 19.
It's not like everybody is that age. I understand that a lot of our players are that age, but we just have to see how the squad is fine-tuned. It's difficult to expect them to win, big things right now. Maybe it won't even take that long. Maybe it will just take a season. Who knows? But
I want to see the Ziyech deal get finalized now, because I don't want to keep this in. I don't want to keep him in limbo. From what I heard, Ziyech is out there. We've only got just under an hour for this deal to be done, and I think the fact that Chelsea have signed Enzo Fernandez, they can put their focus back on the Hakim Ziyech transfer. I'm not really keen though. I'll be honest with you. I'm not really keen on loaning him out for the rest of the season without an obligation to buy. Okay, because without an obligation to buy, we're just giving him 6 months in Paris Saint-Germain. Why? We could benefit from him in our team, right?
Yeah, but can I say something?
Yeah, go on.
What are the objectives of Chelsea right now? In fact, it's getting players to understand each other and to gel and create the conditions for Enzo, Modric, maybe Felix if he become permanent, and all those young players plus the Mount and the old guard to gel properly, and so they can grow together. So Ziyech is just going to be a distraction because the coach does not trust him, because actually he had a good work.
Why is Ziyech a distraction? Come on, why?
Okay, let me explain you.
One second, I'll let you answer. Just before you do, Hakim Ziyech loaned to Paris Saint-Germain. This is Nizar Cancela 2 minutes ago. Hakim Ziyech loaned to Paris Saint-Germain is also verbally agreed. in the last hour. He has been in Paris waiting for Chelsea. Go ahead all day.
It's not
That's what we are.
The verbal agreement is just.
We need more than that. We got 54 minutes. Go ahead, Boogie.
So Ziyech, between me, you, we know Ziyech is not part of the future of Chelsea already because he had a really good World Cup, came back. We're still not using him properly. We're still not using him. So whether Ziyech is at Chelsea for the 6 months, for what objective? The objective is not. It's not like we try to stay in the top 4. It's not like we try to battle ourselves out of relegation. We know where we are right now. Even if Ziyech is not in the team, we will still be 10th or 11th or 12th or 14 or whatever we are. We don't need him at this point. So that's what I'm saying. The objective of this bunch of signing we just did, plus Mount that we know he will stay, Havertz will stay for another 1 or 2 seasons, and all those people, is to get them to understand it and to gel. So for me, Ziyech in the team is just going to be a distraction for Potter because Ziyech will be like, okay, why I'm not playing football? I have a good World Cup, and I'm not even playing. Why?
So hold on, Boogie. You're saying that Ziyech being in the team is a negative aspect to the team? Is that what you're saying?
In the way that we need. For me, Ziyech is not part of the future anymore. I'm not saying Ziyech. I told you I like the player attitude. I like him as a player, but he's not part of the future of this Chelsea team anymore. Ziyech staying at Chelsea is just going to be unhappy.
Boogie, I agree with you, but that is down to the manager rather than down to the player.
That's what I'm trying to say. It's going to be a distraction.
Okay.
Manager will only use Ziyech because he look at Ziyech's face and look at that this guy is not happy. So let me put it in for 5 minutes. What 5 minutes is going to do to Ziyech? Nothing. He actually had a really great World Cup. So he came back, like Kovacic. He came back and we're still not using him. So what exactly are we going to get from Ziyech in the next 6 months? And what are our objectives? Anyway, we don't need him. Because it's not like we have a problem on his side, on the right wing, and we need to keep Ziyech there. No, we don't even care anymore what the results are. We don't care. What is going to happen is what? We're going to finish 10th or 12th or whatever that thing is.
We care. We definitely care. Don't say it. Why are you saying?
For me, anyways, my understanding at this point is we're not top 4 is not even to think about. We're sure we're not going to be.
Breaking news.
What?
Breaking news.
Ziyech is gone?
Breaking news. Yep. Fabrizio Romano. Let's have a look. Paris Saint-Germain are set to sign Hakim Ziyech. Here we go. Deal agreed and unlocked on a loan move until June. No buy option clause included. Paris Saint-Germain have deal in place with Chelsea. Medical done. Ziyech only wanted Paris Saint-Germain. Boarding to Paris, Turkish Airlines. You know what? He's already
Beautiful,
in Paris.
man.
He looks really good in that kit, by the way. I have to say, he looks. I'm a bit jealous of the kids. I can't lie.
He may turn to be a really good player playing with the Mbappe, Messi, all those. Listen,
that right side, man. Hakimi and Hakim.
That can be difficult to control.
Yeah.
So, anyways, I just say, go ahead.
Can he play for them in the Champions League?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Oh no, he hasn't played this. No, we didn't start the second phase. Or no.
He can play for them in the Champions League.
We only play the group stage. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I think he can
play for them.
But they have to register him also, though.
I mean, that goes with the sign. I think that goes with the signing, right? So you have to make sure he's, all bases are covered. But yeah, he would be able to play in the Champions League. Interesting. I'm happy for him. I hope he does well. I really do, and I hope he makes the permanent move. Because
PSG in Champions League, that would be crazy.
Say whatever.
I just want to say this. I want to say this. مبروك أخي زيش بالتوفيق في باريس سان جيرمان تستاهل كل الخير. And those of you who are Arabs understood what I just said, and those who don't, I'll translate. I said, Congratulations to my brother Ziyech. I wish you all the best in Paris Saint-Germain. Good luck. Carry on, Eric.
Yeah, I mean, I hope he smashes it, honestly. Because just, apart from everything else, just for him personally, I hope he does well. I really do. I think he's been misunderstood by a lot of the fans, and hopefully he just makes the right move for his career in moving to PSG, and they sign him on a permanent deal. That right side is going to be interesting, honestly. And yes, he will be. I think Paris Saint-Germain will be very silly not to involve him in the Champions League, especially considering they didn't top the group and get to top the group with Benfica. But moving on from Benfica, I think that
let's be nice to Benfica for the next hour, and then we can trash them after that.
Yeah.
Rui Costa, man, you are Heart Attack FC, Rui Costa. You are Heart Attack FC.
Yeah, I mean, it turned out to be good. We have 2 hours. We have a nice buffer of 2 whole hours, right? I was worried that it would be
not less than 1 hour. Deadline day is at 11.
Sorry, it's 11, not 12. Yeah. It's 12.
Did Arsenal sign the Brighton midfield?
Who's that?
Consaido or Consai?
No. He stayed at Brighton. He ain't going nowhere.
You see, I'm not surprised. I said it in a stream before. I said, what if after all of this noise, he still stays? And no surprise, he stayed. Arsenal just were not willing to. And by the way, okay, I don't want to go back to Enzo, but it's interesting to see what the details of the contract is. But Arsenal weren't willing to do what was required. That's why they missed out on Mudryk. That's why they missed out on Caicedo. It is what it is. We had our targets. We got Mudryk in. And by the way, I don't think he was just a signing that was stolen from Arsenal. I think we actually have a plan for him, based on the people we have at the club. I'm basing a lot of this on this guy here, and I'm basing it on a few other people. Football people who have an idea of what the team is going to look like. But moving back to Ziyech, I was going to say something about Ziyech. What was I going to say? He's going to play with Messi. He's going to play with Mbappe. I think he's going to have a nice time. I think he's going to do well. I hope he does. I really do. I think he speaks French, right? Does he speak French?
Yes, he does.
I don't know. I think he speaks
He
French.
speaks Dutch and French.
Dutch.
Yeah, most Moroccan
from
can speak a little bit of French.
Yeah, so honestly, I was going to say, so PSG would be silly not to play Ziyech, because say whatever I want about Ziyech, okay, maybe he wasn't starting all the games, but Ziyech is still a Premier League winner. Most of those PSG players are not. Okay, you can mention maybe 5 players.
Premier League or Champions League?
Champions League.
Sorry. Yes, I meant Champions League, but I said Premier League, yeah. Obviously, you can't win the Champions League in France.
But Jorginho is going to be a Premier League winner.
You can't win the Premier League in France. So Ziyech is a Champions League winner. He was involved in the squad, so he knows what it means. You can only count on maybe one hand how many Champions League winners they have in their team, right? So you can see maybe Ramos, Messi, Neymar, and now you have Ziyech. So they would be silly not to play him, in my opinion.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, listen, I gotta jump out. I think at the end of the day, Enzo and all those young signings we have, in front we only have Havertz as a tall lad. Midfield, hopefully, Zakaria and James. Those are the 2 tall ones. Hopefully, they both manage to keep themselves out of the nursery, man. And I think those are the only tall player we have from the midfield all the way to
Boogeyman, you can't jump out now. Your favorite subscriber has just jumped in. Joe from the United States of America. You remember the guy we spoke about earlier? Joe?
Oh, yeah.
He's on.
Retract.
Okay. Let me listen to him a little.
You might want to hang it back. Joe, welcome to the stream. We done it, mate. We done it. We got him. We got him.
American power once again, baby. Come on. Right here. You know, we get what we want, just like everything. Like I told you guys, it's a revolution. We're changing the entire sport. Like this is what I'm saying. Like Boogeyman, you're talking about football. You know, in baseball and football, for 150 years, the scouts were the same way, and then some guy named Billy Bean came along and revolutionized entire sports by looking at analytics. We're revolutionizing the sport, boys. It's not the same way as it used to be. Todd Boehly's coming. Like the Guggenheim Group does not play games. Like if you look not just at their Dodger ownership, look at all of their assets. Like that's what I'm saying. Like football people, you know what football people are? A bureaucracy. Okay, they're people that have sat there for years and go, "Oh, this guy looks the way it is." I don't care about what they look like. I don't care about what their height or their weight or all this kind of stuff. I care about the statistics, the numbers, and the facts. And that's what we're going to base on. Look at Enzo's. Okay, you guys talk about a 31-year-old Jorginho who can barely run a 5.4 40. That's not an athlete. Okay, you know I want a guy who's 6'5", 220 that runs a 4.4 40. Okay, that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to start looking at people that are crazy, not like regular little like, oh, he's 31, where he passes a lot and all that. Like, no, we're going to look at physical freaks. We're going to get the best of the best. We're going to get like, this is what I'm saying. Like, it's a revolution. It's a revolution, guys. A complete revolution.
Yeah.
Look at, for example, do you not think this was completely orchestrated in every single way? Every little thing that was leaked, when it was leaked, why it was leaked, was all to get all the people all over Twitter, all over the media. And now what do we have? The number one tweet across the world. That's called money. That's called free advertising. Everything was going to come down to the last minute so that every single person in the whole world was looking at us. That's an influx of cash immediately. Like that it's bigger than this. We're running this like a machine. Okay, like the owners that came in that bought United and Kroenke and the Glazers. Those are hobbyists. You're starting to see actual American owners come in now. Guys like, if you look at the history of American sports, the guys like Jerry Jones, Dr. Jerry Buss, people like that they don't care about anything but winning. Like the money means nothing to them, because what they care about is being able to go to all their other billionaires around the world and go, I'm the best. I own the best thing. It's just like a billionaire that owns a Mona Lisa. You want the perfect piece. You're going to pay all that. You're going to pay unlimited cash. You don't care, but it's perfect. And that's what I'm saying. Like it's over, guys. Like nobody I see all these pundits all over the media. I don't understand why Chelsea are buying these people. I don't understand it. Well, you're like, they'll understand it. They'll understand it in about 5 years when we've run 4 straight Champions Leagues. Like you're building a dynasty.
So your prediction is in 5 years we should pretty much wait for 4 or 5 years.
I think it'll be 2. I think it'll be about 2 years. I think this year, not next year, and I think the year after next.
Okay.
Will be the year that
some progressions, yeah.
Yeah. We'll get some small progressions. I think next year. I think the minimum expectations will be top 4 and some type of trophy.
No. Let's repeat that again. Did you just say next year? Mm-hmm. The expectation should be top 4.
Top 4 and a trophy.
So then my next question to you is.
Mm-hmm.
The recruitment this window, just this winter window,
mm-hmm.
Enzo, all those players we bought, is it part of a bigger picture, like a coach, or I'm not sure, like the analytics that you're talking about, that design?
They're buying the best assets available. They're buying the best assets available in players young players that you can mold.
In football, there's 11 positions. Each position is exactly different from the other one.
Yep.
So when you're going around buying the best or the best assets available, they have to fit certain profile, because those 11 positions are different from each other. So my question to you is, they're never going to be just the best asset available. There has to be certain profile. I understand we need a midfielder. Enzo coming in, and Jorginho is gone. But when I look at the others, I think we need better profile. than what we actually bought. That's my personal view. But then I would like you to tell me best asset or best asset. What do you mean by best asset? The best youngs? Because I don't think the player we bought are the best young on planet right now. Because I'm pretty sure in 2 months, 3 months from now, we will see a young South American kid that will start doing something amazing again. Because that's what football is.
And
It changes every day.
I completely agree with you. That in 2 months there'll be a good guy, and we'll just buy him too. Like, see, that's what I'm trying to say. It's over. Like that's what I'm trying to say. Like, financial fair play and all this kind of stuff means nothing. In the NFL, in the NBA, there's all these financial things. And you know what they do? They pay the league off a couple $100 million, and it's over. It's the same. You guys look at the bigger picture. There's a Super League that's still there. The Spanish courts just ruled that the Super League is still viable. That's coming. That's inevitable, and it's inevitable because the people with the money want it, and that's what's going to happen here. We're going to be the biggest club because we're going to spend the most money. If you think like Newcastle with the Saudi money, $600 billion? It's nothing compared to what the Guggenheim has. That's the assets and the conglomerate that Todd Boehly runs is just part of a larger conglomerate called the Guggenheim Group, which has trillions of dollars of assets. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, it doesn't matter.
That's a love. That's beautiful. Beautiful. Listen,
but that's what I'm trying to say.
As long as I have a fan sitting in front of me telling me, or I mean, someone praising the Boehly, and at the same time, I
want to answer your question though about like the molding of. Okay.
Joe,
go ahead, sir.
Hold on. Look, Joe, it's all good talking about the approach that Todd Boehly is doing in regards to the financing and the way he is changing the whole landscape when it comes to the way deals are manufactured, constructed, and dealt with. He's done a lot of changes, and I take my hat off to him. He has come up with some great ideas, and I'm sure once we find out how this deal was done, we are going to be impressed with the way that he approached it. I can't wait to get that information. That being said, there are elements, and this is where a lot of the people in the chat and also Boogeyman Eric will tell you. There are elements when it comes to football that we don't think Todd Boehly is quite grasping and quite understanding just yet. It will take him time to do that. And I think if you go back and look at Roman Abramovich, when he first came in, he was in a similar situation to Todd Boehly. He's rich, he has the money, and he has a business plan that he wants to implement. But by the time Roman Abramovich left Chelsea Football Club, he had changed his mentality, his mindset, and he fell in love with the club. Todd Boehly will take time for him to understand and to appreciate the emotional connection that we have with football, with our team. This is something that Todd Boehly it's gonna take him time for him to understand and to adjust to. The financial knowledge and the financial know-how that he has and the financial power that comes with him, fantastic. But it needs to also not overshadow the culture of the club. Talking about the Super League, brilliant. Let's talk about the Super League. The Super League is a tournament, is a suggestion that 99.9% of football fans in Europe, Africa, and elsewhere, fans that support these teams, they're against it. And they're against it purely for the fact that it is not a tournament that is structured around the competition aspect of football. It centers around the money side of things. Now, the money side of things will build the foundation for the team. You're able to train the youngsters. You're able to have a bigger stadium, etc., etc. But you are also taking away the competitive aspect of the game, the grassroots. This is an issue for all football fans. And I think the Super League, if it does come about, and I know there is a push for it, there are a lot of powerful people, a lot of powerful clubs pushing for it. It does have to address the culture of football, because if it isn't a competition, a competitive tournament, people will lose interest very, very quickly. And when people lose interest, I couldn't care less if it's Chelsea playing against Real Madrid week in, week out. Who cares? What is so special about Chelsea playing Real Madrid week in, week out? Chelsea playing Juventus? No, it has to be special. We have to have the right to play in that tournament. Right now, Chelsea are sitting 10th in the Premier League. We don't have the right to play in the Champions League next season unless we win it this season. And that is why we are all frustrated. We are all angry, because we want to see Chelsea get in the top 4. So we are in the Champions League by right. We don't want to be in the Champions League because, well, we have more money. That isn't what football is all about. And this is why we as Chelsea fans, we as football fans, are against the Super League and against things of that nature. It isn't because we don't like the Super League. No, we like the Super League. Any tournament that brings money to the clubs, we're for that. However, we must keep the grassroots alive. We must give the competition a chance to go up. If we don't play well, we don't deserve to be in that tournament. I don't want to be there because I'm Chelsea Football Club and I have X amount of £1 billion in the bank. No, I want to be there because I have the team that is able to do that. And this is, I think, the point that is lost on a lot of people who don't have, that connection. And I'm not saying you. I'm not saying you, Joe.
I think that's the difference.
Yeah.
No, you're completely right. And I completely understand. I just think I guess I come about it from a completely different view set. Nobody owns these teams but the owners. They can do whatever they want with it. Like, you know what I mean? If the Dodgers tomorrow want to get up and move to Texas, I have nothing to say about it. The owner owns it, and they're going to do what they want with it. I understand, like, that's the thing. Like, we think we pay for all these bills. We don't pay for all these things. I mean, the government gives these people's millions and billions of dollars worth of breaks to build stadiums here, to get electrical, discounts, water discounts, all these kind of taxes. So it's not the people that are going or the fans that are paying for this stuff. Like, that's what I'm trying to say. Like, there's a lot of different aspects. I mean, yes, I understand that there's.
Joe, I'm going to interject for a second. How much do you think Chelsea earn from revenue from each game?
About £580 million a year.
No, like, from each game. From each game.
Oh, from each game? Oh man, what do they play? 60 games? So I mean, what?
A few million, right? A few million.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
How much? Again, another few million from shirt sales. Another few million from X, Y, and Z. The fans pay for the club. We may not own the club, but the club needs us to stay afloat, to stay alive. If we decide not to attend, not to go to football matches, that's gonna cause an impact to the club. If we decide to stop buying the merchandise, it's gonna impact the club. If Todd Boehly decides to go against the fan base, no matter how much money he has, no matter how much power he has, he will struggle to become successful at Chelsea. And we've seen it with a lot of owners. They are able to fight for a couple of years, but then when they're running a club where the fans hate them, it isn't going to be pretty.
But we know he won't do that. I just need to quickly speak in defense of.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to do that. I don't. That's not what I think. What I think. What I'm trying to say is that I guess they're coming from a different viewpoint. Like, and I think I am too. I appreciate. Trust me. Soccer or football reminds me a lot of college football here, that, there's this like emotional attachment because you went to the college, you have this culture, you have there's a whole, tailgating and all this kind of like club, mini like booster clubs and all these. But what I'm trying to say is that there's not some profile for a single player. Like there's not some like profile. They're going to buy the best assets and they're going to go about it in the way that say, okay, look, I'm going to buy the best assets available. I'm going to give this coach the best thing that they can ask for. And if it doesn't work, we wipe the slate clean. We try again. And that's what I'm trying to say. It's not about like, I think soccer fans, football fans especially, are super impatient. You guys want to win every year. Like as a Dodger fan, I waited 45 years to win one championship. As a Raider fan, I'm waiting 60-something years, and I still haven't won one. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? So I think in general, like in the U.S., there's no such thing as a playoff to get to there. There's only one winner a year, and everybody else is a loser. So I'm saying like. the idea that there's like you make it into like a league because you get in a top 4 and then you qualify to get somewhere else, to me is absurd. I think there should be one winner for anything, and there's everyone else is a loser. You lost. There's one win.
Breaking news. Give me a second. Breaking news. So, Ian, this is for you, mate. You wanted to know details in regards to the deal for Enzo Fernandez. Chelsea will sign. Enzo Fernandez will sign with Chelsea until June 2031. Quick maths. That's what.
8 years.
That's 8 years.
Are we raising
8
a baby
years.
or something? What is that?
8 years. That's an 8-year deal. That's an
You guys have that
deal.
another one sound effect? Another one.
Okay, exactly same deal agreed on the first week of January. Nothing has ever changed between the player and Chelsea. He's always been open to the move and happy. And you know what? I just love this picture. We are getting a person who has won this. He has won this.
I don't know how you can doubt a World Cup winner, Boogie. Honestly, he actually played the games. He wasn't on the bench. Okay, let me just quickly speak about. I was listening, patiently. I just want to quickly mention to Joe. I don't know if he heard me. Not all of us are impatient. I actually happen to be a patient Chelsea fan. I'm willing to wait if I have something to believe in.
Are you willing to wait 40-something years?
Yeah. Well, who knows? I can't say that now. I'm sure Joe wouldn't have been able to say that.
Well, what I mean by waiting that long is that in our leagues there is only one winner, and so you do get huge droughts by 20, 30, 40 years. And it just winning it once is like winning it for 20 years. Your fan base is happy. So what I'm saying is give it 2 years. We're buying all the assets. We're buying everything. If there's someone comes out next year, if there's another Enzo, if there's a Messi, we'll buy him too. Don't go watch. We're going to get Rice in the off season. We'll get him too. We'll probably get a striker too. We'll get Felix. We'll sign him. Like that's what I'm saying. It's all part of the plan. And as my favorite owner in sports used to say, just win, baby. Just win. Yeah, that's all that matters. Just win.
Just get rid of. I think once we start getting rid of like 8-9 players, I'll be
we're gonna get rid of the deadwood. Well, trust me, there's players that would just have no value. I mean, no marketing value, no playing value. I mean, Pulisic, honestly, I think Roman bought him as like a way to get into the American market and sell a lot of things, but we don't need that anymore. So get rid of him. He doesn't do anything. I personally like Havertz. I think we should give him a chance at the 10 and see what he can do, because I think he has all the tools to be a great 10 right up front. And if we play like a 4-2-3-1.
Joe, I'm going to cut you off for a second. Listen, guys, I'm reading your comments, and I understand that some of you are frustrated about certain things that are being said right now. Okay. However, on the Blue Lounge, on this platform, everyone has the right to express their opinion. You may agree and you may disagree, but everyone has the right to express their opinion. Okay. Everyone has a different perspective, has a different way of seeing things, and I am more than happy to listen and to share their opinions on here, and we can discuss, we can debate. Okay. As long as their opinion is expressed in a logical and a polite manner, as long as no one is jumping down the next man's throat and causing a ruckus, I am more than happy to listen to their opinion. Okay, Joe has said things. Yeah,
I love chat. No. Like Joe, to me, hey, look, I'm cool with that, because when you go to
one second, Joe. Yeah, I listen. Don't time out or delete comments unless there is offensive language in those comments. So this is moderators. Joe, give me a second. So moderators, do not delete and do not time out people in the chat unless they use offensive language. I'm more than happy for people to criticize as long as it's done in a constructive manner. So Mark, I know you're frustrated at what Joe is saying, and that's fine. You can have that discussion and you can have that debate, and it's fine. Post your comments, just keep it respectful, and I'm more than happy to see your comments and to read your comments. And again, to Joe, I'm happy to hear your point of view. Agree or disagree? I'm happy to hear it. So please continue.
Yeah, no, I completely hate chat. I love you all. You know what? I come from. Hey, you know what? In America, people say we have the First Amendment. Anyone can say anything they want to me. I really don't care. Don't bother me. So like, there's no limit to what you can say. It's not gonna bother me. I hear worse every day. Go to a Ohio State Michigan football game and you'll have 100,000 people in a riot after the game. I know you guys had like Middlesboro, but that's like every weekend in a college football game here. So, I mean, I don't really have a problem with chat going off. I mean, that's totally fine. I'm just trying to bring a different perspective of what I think is going on and what I predict is going to happen. You know, that's fine. Like, I have no problem. They can call me all the horrible names. That's cool. I love chat. The more they get mad at me, that's totally fine. Like, I'm just bringing a different perspective of what I think.
Listen, Joe, I just think...
Just 1 second, Boogie. Waldo, we did address the Ziyech story, and I'm going to give you a quick roundup in respect to Hakim Ziyech. Hakim Ziyech has... they have reached a verbal agreement with Paris Saint-Germain. Chelsea have reached a verbal agreement with Paris Saint-Germain for a 6-month loan without an obligation to buy. Okay, so Hakim Ziyech will go there for 6 months and he will probably come back. You know, if Paris Saint-Germain want to buy him, then that will be a discussion they will have at the end of the season. Okay, so Hakim Ziyech is going. Medical has been done. And we did get a here we go from Fabrizio Romano in regards to Hakim Ziyech. Boogeyman, apologies. Continue, my brother.
Yeah, go ahead, Boogie. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, Joe. I was telling Kasim, I think yesterday or sometime that he needs to invite you more often. The fact is, listen, we know each other. I know all those people in the chat talking. I don't know them physically, but I know they are like the way you explain the Boehly mentality or the Dodgers way of dealing business is different. We just never known those details from them. So it's not like we're surprised. It's not like we're disappointed. It's not like we don't like. No, it's different. And so we're learning. And the way you were explaining, I'm kind of trying to fit myself into their way of thinking because they are the owner of a team that have been supported for how many years now. So at the end of the day, your contribution is good, and like you already said, they're going to be fans that they find it so different that it doesn't fit their tradition or their culture or whatever that thing is. So they get frustrated. But at the end of the day, listen, that's what the fan group is about. We're all different. We're all from different backgrounds. So, but what I want to say is, I don't mind the money is being spent. But I think Kasim was trying to explain something at one point, how the FFP, how we can go around the FFP rules. Exactly because that much of money that Joe is explaining, like when there's a new hot asset, we'll go get them. I'm not sure. How are we going to fit through the fair play, the financial fair play?
I went to law school over here, so I kind of understand a little bit of tax legal lumbo jumbo. I mean, I know it's different in Europe, but I mean, it's similar, statutory wise. From what I read was you can actually, what's funny is from what I was reading in some of the things in some forums, you can actually sue to postpone the debt ratio on your club to affect FFP. So let's say we have a debt ratio this year. Okay, it's done in 3-year cycles, and if you push that along you can push that along longer through 3 years by going to the court and fighting it for 3 years. And if the Guggenheim Group just sees that, look, it costs less to pay a bunch of attorneys to go down there and just file paperwork for the next 6 or 7 years to stretch this out until we have such a profitable phase that it won't matter anymore, that's what they'll do. That's what I'm trying to say. There's always a way. I mean, I'll just give another example to the chat that may not know this, but the New England Patriots in the early 2000s, the FBI in the U.S. watches over sports leagues to make sure there's no cheating or betting or scandals and things like that. The Patriots were winning so much with Tom Brady in football, they didn't care about the FBI. They filmed their other teams making their plays, running their drills and everything. And what did they do? They just said, I don't care, stop us. And that's kind of, I know it's a different mentality, but that's what's coming is win at all costs, no matter what. Like, for example, I'll give you another, Jordan. Everyone looks at Jordan as the epitome of a sports figure here. And it's because it wasn't just because he had great physical attributes. It was his mentality. You guys should all watch on Netflix the series called The Last Dance.
Yeah.
The Last Dance. He's a psychopath. He doesn't care. The moment he won a world championship, the next hour he was in the gym practicing again, because he was like, "You're not taking that from me." That's all. I don't care about my family. I don't care about my friends. I don't care about anything but winning. And I think that's what they're going after. If you look at Enzo Fernandez, the kid's a little kind of crazy. He cares about winning so much. All he cares about is winning. And that's what we're going after. We're not going after, a left-footed winger who can cross the ball great. We're going after guys who will live and die for each other.
That's rude. Can I just stop you there very quickly? That's a bit harsh towards. Before I even talk about you being rude towards Ziyech, I just need to quickly say I listened to and I watched the interview that Bidad Igbali did. Oh, but speaking of whom, I was just mentioning him. Yeah, so I think I don't know these guys, so I'm not gonna say I know they'll do this, but I think that they do care about what the fans think. I think yes, of course they will be ruthless, but they won't ignore the fan opinion. And at the end of the day, if we're successful, the fans won't really have anything to complain. I'm sure a lot of people had problems with the previous ownership, but at the end of the day, we were so successful, nobody really complained in the end, because why are you complaining with a winning team, right? But for me, I think yes, they'll be ruthless, they'll do what they need to do, cutthroats, but at the same time they'll understand that someone mentioned about in the interview, he was saying that it's Europe. Yes, we know data is important, we won't try and push it too much, we'll push where we can, but we won't try and look like we're trying to take over things, because at the end of the day, Europe is different. Things are a little bit more I don't know the word to use, but the
a little traditional, yeah.
Yes, it's more traditional in Europe. Some things are not appreciated,
and especially sorry, Eric, sorry.
No, yeah. So some things are not necessarily like looked as prioritized as much and looked at in such a high way. I think the eye test is a huge deal for a lot of these clubs. They wouldn't just put it, throw it out the window just because we have the stats. So I'm sure they understand that.
I think the
FA they're going to
will
listen to them for sure. They're going to listen to us for sure. They want because they're building a culture. If we start, all that matters is winning. That's all.
No.
That's
I understand, Joe. But what Eric is saying, we have. I say we, like I'm.
No. I get you. It's Europeans. Yeah.
If we try to bring some weird culture to disrupt the way business are done, FA will put us through a lot of hurdle. Like Juventus lost 15 points a few days ago or something. They will put a lot of boundaries. If we break through one, they will just punish us. I mean,
that's what I'm trying to say. There's a revolution coming. It may not be here this second, but it's coming. That's what I'm saying. It's not the big teams it's. How do I say that? The big teams are going to have their voice. You know what I mean? And that's what I'm saying. It's going to be. I understand the traditions and great. That's totally fine. But if it comes to the point where these bureaucracies, because to me it's no different if you have 9 teams running something or you have some 3-person, 5-person panel who are just hired by some nameless, faceless groups.
Joe, I'm gonna have to cut you off. I just want to say one last thing, and this is really, really crucial. Chelsea fans, we have just done a madness of a transfer window. Okay, I think we've spent more than, dare I say it, more than anybody else in this window on the planet. Okay, we have done a madness. We have got in some really talented players under Todd Boehly in both this transfer window and the last transfer window. We have surpassed all expectations. None of us were expecting Todd Boehly and his consortium to come in and do what they did in regards to their spending habits and their spending budget. We have already signed 2 players that will be coming in for the next transfer window. Okay, so we're not just signing for this window, we're also getting players to come in for the next window. A right back and a striker. Okay, so you can imagine what we're going to do in the next transfer window. All I'm saying is this. I am reading a hell of a lot over the past hour or so. I haven't put it on the screen because I've just been reading it in the background about financial fair play. Everyone and their mother and their dog are going to be on our backs and they're going to be digging. There are going to be investigations. There are going to be a lot of trolling, a lot of speculation. Todd Boehly, what he has done, it's been quite transparent. And what we saw in regards to the Enzo Fernandez deal, giving him an 8.5-year prison sentence at Stamford Bridge. Okay, he pushed for it now because he can't do it in the summer. Okay, and this is the way he's getting around financial fair play, and it's a fair way to do it because it's in the rules. They cannot investigate. They cannot speculate. They cannot. They can't say nothing about this because he's done it within the rules. However, in regards to the structure of this deal, they may try and cause us problems. Okay,
No, but
I ask. One second, Eric. I ask all Chelsea fans to be aware and to be careful when interacting with these trolls because you are going to be trolled and you are going to be pushed to the limit. Okay, everyone you talk to, they'll be like financial fair play. The first word that will come out of their mouth is financial fair play. Okay. So just be wary of that. Go ahead, Eric.
Just tell them jealous ones still envy, baby. Jealous ones still envy.
All of them
go on,
jealous,
Eric.
let's be real. Yeah,
Let me hear
they are
Eric.
jealous. Of course they are. I remember even when Roman was still owned the club, and people were saying the same thing. You know, FFP, we bought the league. Anyone who that phrase "buying a league" is such a ridiculous phrase, as if it's so easy to just spend a lot of money and you win a title. But that's the kind of thing that people, would say in the past. And yes, it's just jealousy. For me, the fact that we could get him on an 8-year deal is a huge deal. That's very big. That's huge. Because when you consider how long this has taken and how difficult Benfica have been with us, to sign him for 8 whole years. I mean, even if maybe it's a first payment of, 40, maybe 50, I don't know what it is, but even if that is the case, and then the rest of the payment is spread across the remaining 8 years, that's still that's huge. That is really big, you know?
Well, and I mean, I think also is, you guys could tell me if I'm wrong. I mean, I'm not as familiar with history of football as you guys are. Has there ever been a team through the history of football that has focused so much on building a team for the next 10, 15 years? That's what I'm trying to say. Like, has there ever been this much resources to this direction of building a team, or has, people recruited like the same old way through, the farm system, or what I call it, like the youth academies and building, you know what I mean? Has there ever anyone done anything like this?
That is the traditional way of doing it. I mean, I can refer you back to Manchester United in the past, and even Leeds and Chelsea. We have had a massive influx of academy players, and we are focused on building our academy as well. For us, academy does 2 things. 1, it feeds our first team. And 2, it feeds our bank account because
you can sell them.
We invest and we sell them. So we do have that focus.
Not in terms of the money, though.
Sorry?
One thing though, I was wondering about that. Okay, so
Joe, I apologize.
Go ahead.
I have to end the stream.
Okay.
We've been going for just over 2 hours. To be fair, I was expecting to go.
Someone's asking you. Smith.
Smith, come on, man. Where you been under a rock?
I mean, I was just wondering. I mean, my question is this: I was just kind of bringing this thing up too. Before we head off, What I think we're doing is we're building. It's not just a culture within our club. We're building it within the media, within popular culture itself. We're bringing all these young, exciting guys, which are going to want to bring other young, exciting guys in here. You're going to see this project that all these young kids are getting paid bank and they're becoming the faces of this big club. Young players are going to want to keep coming in, and that's going to be a rotation of money because you're going to get youth players that are going to come here instead of Man United, instead of Man City. So the club will build from the bottom with the farm system. Just give it time to where they're going to pay to get a ton of the young guys for the next 10 years, get this huge cultural thing. You're going to see celebrities come to games. You're going to see, because it's going to be all over social media, all the TikToks, they're all going to be friends on Facebook and Twitter and all this. They're going to build this culture of this team that people are going to want to come to. It's going to be like recruiting in college football where there's a glamour that you're just going to want to come here. And that's going to be
young.
It's gonna change. It's gonna change. Eric, I really have to go. I really have to end the stream.
All right, boys.
Guys, listen. I will be doing more streams, but not like I've been doing for the past days. So it's been 2 back-to-back streams. I'll probably do a stream in a couple of weeks. Make sure you subscribe and you catch my videos. I will be making videos on a regular basis. Streaming, however, it's going to be irregular. Whenever something big happens, I'll give you a stream. But I want to say a big thank you for everyone who has subscribed to my channel over the past couple of days. We've literally had over 250 new subscribers to the Blue Lounge just in these 2 streams. So these 2 streams, we've topped 250 subscribers. I want to say thank you to everyone who has subscribed from yesterday and today, and to all my loyal fans. Thank you all for your support and your subscription, and thank you all for hitting that like button. And I want to say congratulations to all the Chelsea fans, because we got him. We got the player that we have been looking at for a very, very long time. And it's been a roller coaster of a ride of a transfer window. But we did get Enzo Fernandez, and I can't wait to see him wearing that shirt and playing football. And I hope he lives to all expectations. Because, lads, we've seen it not work out in the past, and I'm hoping this is not another big money signing that doesn't make it. I'm really, really hoping that doesn't happen, because I can name names, but I'm not going to. Thank you for being here.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't jinx it.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you so much, brothers. Thank you. Bleed blue, baby. Bleed blue. Bleed blue.
Peace.
Bye.
Keep it. All right.